stories around the world to stories here at home. This is the National News Broadcast. I'm Chamindi Samarasekara.
A very good evening to you. I am Dishan Veerakon, and let's take a look at the headlines for tonight. A 5 million rupee cash prize for the lorry driver who gave information on the Saindu Marudu incident. The Prime Minister says full security should be established for the Kandy Asara festival. The Nachadu, a vegetable and fruit export processing centre built at a cost of 30 million rupees, has been vested with the people. A broad public response on the Enterprise Sri Lanka exhibition. 16,800 more graduates are to be recruited to the state service.
On to those and other stories in detail now. President Maithripala Sirisena says that work on the Kaluganga reservoir of Murugahakanda will be completed by next month and all benefits will be granted to the farmers. He further says that development activities in Upper Alahara and Minipe Canal will also be speeded up. The President made these remarks at the launching of two books titled Mahavali, the River of Reconciliation and Mahavali After 95 at the BMICH this evening. Chairman of the Book Compilation Board, President's Council Sarath Kongahage and other members of the board as well as the chief editor of the two books, K. Aryatunga, have presented the books to the President. The books have been written with the aim of fulfilling the shortcoming of not having a written publication on the special task of the Mahavali Development Program conducted from 1995 to 2010. The President said that the State Council had discussed on the story on Mahavali from 1930 decade on the instance of diverting of Mahavali waters to the north. The Mahavali issue was subjected to dialogue in the 30, 40 and 50 decades as well. The diversion of the Mahavali river to the Rajarata took place under the initiatives of former Prime Minister Dudley Senanayake. Work on the Polgola Dam had commenced on the 28th of February 1970 by the then Minister C.P. De Silva. It was in the year 1957 that late Prime Minister S.W.R.D. Bandaranaike had conducted the first feasibility study on the diversion of Mahavali to the north through cooperation of engineers of the U.S. government. Former Irrigation Minister Maithripala Senanayake was instrumental in carrying forward the constructions in Polgolla. It was on the 8th of January 1976 that Mahavali waters were directed to Rajarata via Polgolla. The President has recalled that at that time he was a minor government servant. He also remembered how he watched the momentous event through squeezing among the massive crowds that flocked to witness the occasion of bringing Mahavali waters to Anuradhapura, Polonnaru and Rajarata. He further said that after 1977 political upheaval, his friend Gamini Dissanayake had initiated the Mahavali development scheme. This was the launching of an extensive transformation in Sri Lanka's development process with the birth of Panchamahajalasa. He further said that the open economy introduced at that time was focused on industrialization and generation of electricity. Thereafter, a large number of investors have come from abroad to invest in free trade zones. The integrated Mahavali development program had enabled to fulfill the power requirement of the investors. The reservoirs of Kodmale, Rantambe, Victoria, Randenigala and Maduroya were able to cater to the needs of new industrialization. 99.9% of the Murugahakanda project was intended solely for agricultural production. Therefore, this project was delayed as it was not dealt with power generation.
නමුත් විවිධ බාධාවන් රාශියක් මැද්දේ අපිට පුළුවන්කම ලැබුණා මොරගහකන්ද වැඩ අවසන් කරන්න. අපිට අපේ තිබෙන පින්වන්ත මහා සාර භූමිය අපිට අපේ ජාතික ආර්ථිකයේ පුණ්‍ය මහිම භූමියක් බවට පත් කරගන්නට මේ යෝධ සංවර්ධන ව්‍යාපෘතිය තුල ලැබෙන දායකත්වය ඉතාමත් විශිෂ්ටයි.
Text of the full speech delivered by the President on this occasion will be telecast over national television at 10:20 tonight.
Meanwhile, President Maithripala Sirisena has handed over prize money of 5 million rupees to the lorry driver who has given information regarding the stock of explosives apprehended by the security divisions in Saindu Marudu. The presentation took place at the President's office today. The security divisions was able to apprehend the stocks of explosives in Saindu Marudu, Ampara after the April 21st terror attack due to the tip-off given by the driver. The President has appreciated the support extended by him by remaining vigilant of the destructive acts.
Acting IGP CD Vikramaratne was also present on the occasion. Now, Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe says full protection should be established for the Kandy Asala Mahaperahara, which is considered as the enchanting cultural ceremony of the nation. He also points out that all relevant sections should act in unity to make the festival a success. The Prime Minister made these remarks at a special discussion on the security of the Asala pageant in Kandy. Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe has arrived at the Sri Dalada Maligawa and engaged in religious observances. The Prime Minister has sought the blessings of Most Venerable Tibbatuwave Sri Sumangala Nayaka Thera upon arrival at the Malwatu Vihara. He was also engaged in discussion with the Mahanayaka Thera on the security situation and the problems encountered in the deployment of elephants in the Perahara. Thereafter, the Prime Minister took part in a special discussion on the Asala Mahaperahara at the auditorium of the Kandy Museum. The Mahasangha, including Mahanayaka of the Askiriya chapter, Most Venerable Varakagoda Yanarathana Thera, Adunayaka Theras of the Malvatta and Askiriya chapters, the Evadama Nilame, Pradeep Nilangadela, Basnayaka Nilames and officials of the security divisions have also attended the discussion. Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe said that background has been created following the Easter Sunday bomb attack. The Prime Minister said that he wanted to inform with pleasure the fact that if there were any survived suspects of the attack, they are all in police custody. There are large numbers who were not connected to the incident but maintained relations with the attackers. They are presently being interrogated. The Prime Minister further said that around 200 have been placed under detention. He also said that they are focusing special attention on the investigations and also on the Kandy festival. The Asala pageant is the major religious ceremony of the country. He further said that there are at least 5 major Peraharas affiliated to other Buddhist temples. There are Peraharas of Kovils in Colombo and Jaffna as well. There are 3 feasts in Catholic churches in the entire month of August. The human contingent in their possession have been fully utilized in all directions. However, all measures will be taken for the security of Kandy Perahara. The aim of all is to conduct an extremely successful Asala Perahara. He also said that when he went to Katharagama, he saw massive crowds converging on the Katharagama Perahara. The Prime Minister has expressed optimism of such large crowds at the Asala Perahara as well.
Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe has presided over the vesting in the general public the newly constructed Nachadua Vegetable and Fruit Export Processing Centre, built at a cost of 30 million rupees. The objective of the setting up of this centre is to enhance regional economic security through increase of revenue of farmers. Quality fruits and vegetables of the farmers will be exported. It was established by the Minister of Primary Industries and Social Empowerment. The operations are being jointly conducted by the Nachadua Divisional Secretariat Division and the Regional Farmers Organization. The centre is equipped with the facilities of keeping fresh fruits and vegetables for a longer time. The excess of produce of farmers will be kept for future consumption. It has been proposed to set up 10 such export processing centres throughout Sri Lanka this year. The Nachadua Export Processing Centre is the first centre in this connection. Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe said that they are providing either plastic boxes or plastic containers to minimize crop damages incurred in the transportation of farm produce from the farm to the processing centre. He further said that the Minister of Agriculture has now devised a WhatsApp at a concessionary price. Farmers are also able to receive relevant information through their mobile phones. The Prime Minister said that when the farmers look at their mobile phones in the morning, they will be able to receive all relevant information including market prices of produce. All these enable them to enhance their production. The Prime Minister further said that they are a working government and not a talking government. He added that they have no need to arouse communalism. Nobody would have thought that the country would raise its head once again after the deadly bomb attack 3 months ago. The Prime Minister also said that they will carry the development process to other places of the country after successful experiments on modernization.
Now, Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe has presided over the opening of the Enterprise Sri Lanka exhibition at the Valisinghe Harishchandra Stadium in Anuradhapura today. 375 stalls of the government, semi-government and private sectors are on display. The objective of the exhibition is to encourage entrepreneurs and carry forward their activities. The government aims to create 100,000 businessmen through the program. The exhibition is open to the general public from today till the 27th of this month, daily from 10 a.m. to 12 midnight. The Prime Minister has also inspected the exhibition stall of the Rupavahini Corporation. Minister Mangala Samaravira was among those present on the occasion. Now, senior DIG in charge of the Department of Criminal Investigation, Ravi Seneviratne, says that according to the CID investigations, no evidence has been received regarding connection of IS terrorists in the terror attack on Easter Sunday. The senior DIG made these remarks giving evidence before the Parliamentary Special Committee appointed to investigate a series of Easter Sunday attacks. He further said that, however, investigations have revealed that the terrorists responsible for the Easter attacks have propagated IS concepts.
The Cabinet of Ministers has decided to implement on priority basis the recommendations presented to the Special Salaries Commission regarding the Postal Department as soon as it received the recommendations of the Ministerial Subcommittee headed by the Finance Minister on all proposals submitted by the Special Salaries Commission.
Steps have been taken to provide the recommendations of the Special Commission regarding evaluation of salaries in the state sector, appointed to look into salary anomalies in the entire state sector, including railways, health, education and postal services. A cabinet paper issued therefore says it is not appropriate to implement the recommendations related to the Postal Department only on this occasion. The relevant committee reports on the implementation of recommendations is scheduled to be presented to the cabinet shortly. The government has taken measures to recruit 16,800 graduates to fill the vacancies under the program to recruit and training of unemployment graduates. Accordingly, graduates of 2012 will be recruited first. Thereafter, opportunities will be given for the recruitments of graduates from 2013 to 2016. Students who have completed their degrees as internal students in state universities will be selected. The cabinet approval has been granted to recruit 5,000 undergraduates in the first stage. Thereafter, 15,000 graduates will be recruited and trained. Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe has presented the cabinet paper in his capacity as the minister in charge.
Now, Norwegian ambassador in Sri Lanka, Thorbjørn Gaustad Sæther, says that the Sri Lankan tourism industry is moving in the correct direction. He points out that though there is a minor decline in the Sri Lankan tourism industry following the Easter Sunday attack, Sri Lanka remains in the heart of foreigners. The Norwegian envoy was engaged in a special discussion with the national television prior to leaving the island upon the completion of his tenure.
I think it's going the right direction. First of all, tourism, as I said, is going up. So we had about 15,000 tourists last year, and this year turned out to look very good. Of course, we had the Easter attack, so we might see some drop of the last 2-3 months, but it was looking very promising. It was looking much more promising than the year before. And I think that will come back. It will be there because Sri Lanka is still on people's mind. And we see also a number of Sri Lankans wanting to go to our part of the world, so that is also increasing. And then I think the trading could increase by if we have more investments in the, as I said, in the fisheries sector, in the maritime industry, but also in the IT sector. There are quite a few companies that could, which has coming up. So it's growing.
The Norwegian ambassador, commenting on terrorism, said,
"This is something which unfortunately happens in many countries. Things are coming up just from nowhere, and suddenly we have a devastating attacks like we had in Sri Lanka during Easter. It's very important to try to work on sort of precautions. Of course, you need intelligence, you need surveillance, you need to find out what's going on, but also you need to work with the communities. And I think it's important that there is a soft component where police and security forces work friendly with communities, understanding what's going on so they can be on alert if something is boiling somewhere. That is very important. I think it's also important that there is some sort of a common approach, that we need to see that hate speeches, negative expressions are met with strong statements also from political level, from leaders saying that this is not what we would like to have in our country.
You can now join with the full interview of the outgoing Norwegian ambassador in Sri Lanka, Thorbjørn Gaustad Sæther, on Channel I at 10:30 p.m. tomorrow.
The Cabinet has approved a proposal to issue free on-arrival visa facilities for tourists arriving from China and India from August 1st. Minister John Amaratunga said that the newly introduced program will improve the tourist arrival into the country while contributing to an increase in the earnings. Accordingly, Cabinet approval has been granted to issue free on-arrival visa for the visitors from 46 countries. These remarks were made at a media briefing headed by Sri Lanka Tourism Promotion Bureau held in Colombo yesterday. 28 Chinese journalists and travel writers have arrived to the island nation, and they will travel to various parts of the country till August 18th.
Sri Lanka is now very well known as the best destination. Number of international organizations have declared Sri Lanka to be the best destination for the year 2019, despite of the fact that we have had a setback in the month of April. We are aware that China is one of our main tourism attractions. China every year sends in a large amount. Either it is the highest number of tourists that come from China or the second highest. Some reason last year it became second highest. Previous years it was China who was brought in the largest number of tourists to Sri Lanka. Because there were so many efforts that were made by our division. Sri Lankan government has now decided, of course the Cabinet of Ministers yesterday approved the issue of free visa to 46 countries, to which China is also included in that list. Therefore, all tourists who are coming from China can now come to Sri Lanka without any payment and also without any hassle. They can enter the country. This is, I think, one of the landmark achievements we have had in the tourism industry.
Meanwhile, tourism in the Alder tourist zone has reported to have shown an increase. The tourists are especially attracted to the amazing creation of the Dover railway track and the Ravana Alder Rock. It has also been reported that many of the foreigners who arrived in the island have expressed satisfaction over the security situation in the country. They said that they will return once again and will invite others as well to visit the country.
I'm from Slovakia. I think the best in Sri Lanka is the Sri Lankan food. It's really healthy. If you like spicy food and healthy food, you should come here. Also the beaches here, awesome. And the nature, just the people in Sri Lanka are the best. You can feel the safety here and you don't have to be scared of anything.
I'm from Melbourne, Australia. Traveled across 3 cities now and the tourism here is really good. People here are really, really nice. It's very safe. We're 2 girls traveling alone and I think it's extremely safe. People are really nice, so there's nothing to worry about. It's a great country, so please visit Sri Lanka.
From India, and we did not encounter any problem as such, so I think there's no problem visiting and everyone should visit Sri Lanka. It's a beautiful country with beautiful beaches.
I'm from Ukraine. I'm in Sri Lanka. Happy with my family. Very happy because very friendly people come to Sri Lanka.
During our stay in Sri Lanka, I haven't encountered too much security. I still think it's very free.
My favorite places in the whole world. I've been here more than 5 times and I really love Sri Lanka. It's just really one of the best places to be. To be honest, I'm not scared because security is a problem all over the world, so it's not a problem. I actually think we see a lot of security around here, so I'm not scared. I think Sri Lanka's doing it very well, and yeah, what can you do? Just come and have a good time.
The Amazing School documentary directed by Namal Prasanna of the Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation has won the television award presented by the Asia Pacific Institute of Broadcast Development. The theme of this year's awards presentation is "The Right to Education is the Right to be a Teacher with Qualifications." The award is to be presented to Namal Prasanna at the 45th Conference of the Asia Pacific Institute for Broadcast Development to be held in Bhutan on the 24th of August this year. Prasanna has also won the UNICEF Award at the Japan Prize International Award Festival in 2015. A program presented by him to the Golden Panda Documentary Films Award Festival in China in 2017 was also subjected to special appreciation.
The Foreign Employment Bureau says that a rapid decline has been shown in the number of Sri Lankans migrating overseas for employment since the year 2013. The reason being the policy decisions taken by many countries regarding employment of migrants. Now, as a remedy, a program has commenced to direct skilled labour for foreign jobs. The trend in the decline of foreign job seekers has been witnessed in 2013 with the recording of 211,226 Sri Lankans leaving the shore seeking employment. There has been a drastic decline this year with the number reducing to 188,097. The number of professional expatriates has also shown a decrease. One of the measures taken by the Foreign Employment Bureau to alleviate the problem was to enter into an agreement in the Japanese job market. Accordingly, skilled workers will be sent to Japan for the first time. The skilled labour will be able to find employment under 14 sectors. The Foreign Employment Bureau is also engaged in registration of the relevant sectors of foreign employment migration. Ensuring of the prospective expatriates will also take place. The Bureau is also engaged in the implementation of several welfare activities on behalf of the expatriates and their families.
The Department of Census and Statistics says that inflation in June 2009 determined under the National Consumer Price Index has been declined to 2.1% from 3.5% recorded in May on a year-on-year basis. According to the Department of Census and Statistics, the National Consumer Price Index for all items for the month of June 2019 increased to 129.2 from 128.7 in May. The increase in the index point by 0.42% was due to the expenditure value increase of food items by 0.37% and expenditure value increase of non-food items by 0.05%. The year-on-year inflation of food group has decreased from minus 1.2% in May 2019 to minus 2.9% in June 2019, and that of non-food group has also decreased from 6.7% to 6.2% during this month. Contributions to the inflation in June 2019 from food group and non-food group are 1.32% and 3.42% respectively. The moving average inflation for the month of June 2009 remained unchanged at 2%.
Now, the 58th ACI Financial Markets Association World Congress will be held in Colombo from October 3rd to the 5th. The Congress is expected to bring together a collective of influential financial market professionals, region regulators, policymakers, investors and corporate representatives. Now, these remarks were made during the press briefing on this regard which was held in Colombo yesterday.
Make the welcome address.
The sessions are targeted at Treasury, front, middle and back office personnel, compliance and audit personnel, IT and digital transformation experts. In commercial banks, financial industry, other regulatory authorities, investment houses and capital market institutions. It is indeed a coincidence that we are having the Congress at a time when Sri Lanka is striving to become a regional financial center through its new financial city taking shape in Colombo, and also on a rapid rebuilding process on the aftermath of the recent unfortunate incidents.
The plenary sessions will be quite topical and engaging. The first topic will be leveraging on Asia and the new Silk Route. This is in line with the One Belt, One Road initiative of China and Sri Lanka being an important part of it. The new kids on the block, the cryptocurrencies, blockchain, fintech innovations and disruptions in the financial industry will be another key topic. The global market outlook for 2020 and beyond, how we foresee what will happen next year. The new regulations and capital requirements impacting the markets and how this will change the way we do business. And of course, the new technology coming into play, artificial intelligence and machine learning and the future of markets. And the BIS FX Global Code upholding the ethics of financial markets. And finally, and most importantly for us as a country, Sri Lanka, the gateway to South Asia. So this will be the plenary sessions of the conference.
Minister Naveen Dissanayake says that many opportunities can be created through the development of technological knowledge of the children ranging from schools to university level. He made these remarks while delivering a speech at a book launch held in Colombo yesterday. Pradeep Kavinda Kotuwegedara's 23rd book, Technological Innovation on the Importance of Technology, was launched yesterday at the public library premises. Minister Naveen Dissanayake attended the event as the chief guest. Minister Ajit P. Pereira was also present at the event. Minister Naveen Dissanayake made these views while delivering a speech at the event.
Very happy as a director of the Government Dissanayake Institute. Came to our school and also you went on this journey of technology and now you are imparting your knowledge in technology to the future generations of this country. Sri Lanka is a small country of 20 million people. We have missed out on the IT revolution. Field of technology, IT, to take it forward. We can develop this country so much, make so much of employment, make the future of our young people much better. We can have a well-structured IT policy. Starts from the school, goes up to the secondary system. Of course, we must invest greatly in the tertiary and university level to make this a more productive, more innovative thing. I don't see that happening, unfortunately. You can't just expect the private sector only to do it. The government also must take the initiative and invest large amount of funds in this sector. There's a lot of fields that are coming up, obviously programming. There are things like ethical hacking that are coming up. So we can create so many opportunities for our younger generation if we align ourselves with the modern thinking that is fast emerging in this sphere of influence.
Now the funeral of veteran announcer, composer of lyrics and dubbing artist Kusum Piris took place at the Aldenia Cemetery in Kadawatha this evening. President Maithripala Sirisena has paid his respects to the remains of late Kusum Piris this morning. He has also extended his profound condolences to all members of her family, comrade artists and fans. The cremation was conducted with the participation of a large number of artists after performance of final rites at the residence in Aldenia, Kadawatha. Kusum Piris has entered the media field from the children's programs of the National Radio. Besides an acclaimed composer of songs, she has contributed her acting talents to many teledramas such as Dimutu Mutu as well.
Weather forecast, Met Department says that showers or thunder showers will occur at several places in the western Sabaragama, northwestern and central provinces and in Galle and Madra districts. The Met Department further added that showers or thunder showers will occur at several places elsewhere after 2 p.m. Showers may also occur in Jaffna and Mana districts in the morning as well. The department said that temporary localized strong winds may occur during thunder showers. The general public is kindly requested to take adequate precautions to minimize damages caused by lightning activity.
And that is a wrap of tonight's Primetime News. Until we meet again next time, do take care and good night.
Good night.